Coming up on Dig It.
There is no way you can allow the softness or give up yourself to admit that you have this rage inside you. So you just contain it completely and you just bristle. And if anybody suggests to you that you might be hormonal, you just can't bear it. It's like this red rage or red mist descends.
I have a funny feeling that I might have been on the video shoot of Stay Another Day.
Can I just say, because you know what a nightmare question this is, so I'm going to get you back. I cannot, and I'm not going to answer that, because you imagine the next time I see them next year, hey, and in concert we have the man that I'd like to snog. I'm not going to do that.
All of that right after this.
So we have some very, very exciting news. We are taking Dig It to the stage.
Woohoo! Yes, we're going to be live in Sheffield at Crosswires on Sunday, the 5th of July. And if you haven't heard of Crosswires, it's basically the world's biggest podcast festival. People have called it the Edinburgh Fringe for podcasts, even the Glastonbury of podcasting.
It is a whole weekend packed with live shows from some of your favourite podcasts. They take over venues across Sheffield. There are after parties, DJ sets, outdoor bars, food stalls, and loads of free events too.
And we'll be at the Crucible, which is an iconic, intimate venue, the home of world snooker. Will be properly up close with all our diggers.
Now, Sheffield is right in the middle of the country and very easy to get to by train. So if you fancy making a whole weekend of it, you can. And the Peak District is right on the doorstep.
Tickets are now on general sale for everyone and selling very fast. Very flattering. We're thrilled. Whether you're a Potting Shed subscriber or not, if you want in, you can grab your seat right now.
We cannot wait to meet you in the flesh. All the details are there for you at crosswires.live. We'll see you there. Hello diggers, welcome to Dig In, and this is it's a dig in with a special twist because it's that weird time. I don't know what you call it, but crimbo limbo, betwixtmas or something. I don't know. Zoe, what do you call this time between Christmas and New Year? It's weird.
Norman used to call it Spiffkin's Gap, which he also referred to a part of the anatomy of a male in between the two areas. So that's what we always call it.
I've never heard that before and I wish I didn't know.
I know, I'm so sorry. But yeah, it can be a funny old time. There's often the relief that the craziness is slightly over and now you can just bed down, eat Christmas leftovers. Crazy people go to the sales. I don't leave the house except to go for a nice walk. And yeah, that bit in between Christmas and New Year.
Yeah.
But I hope everybody's had a little bit of what they've needed. And if that's been peace and quiet, you lucky things. If it's been crazy family chaos, you lucky things. I hope everyone's just had a little of what they need.
Yeah, hope it's gone well. This is the time when I just eat mountains of bread sauce. There is nothing better in the world than cold bread sauce. Oh my gosh. For 4 days, I just gorge on it. I know, this is it. And people either love it or hate it.
Oh God.
You don't.
I would eat absolutely anything, but I cannot get on with bread sauce. It's so... it's something about and cold. This like all gloopy.
We've got messages from people that we know and we love and we work with. So I'm a bit scared about this. We don't really know anything about what's coming our way next. So if you're listening or if you're watching, it's going to be a roller coaster ride for all of us together. But I think we have questions from people. Should we see who's up first?
Let's see who's up first.
Is this for real? Our first question is apparently from Robbie Williams. Really?
Robbie!
Hi, Zoe and Joe. Yeah. Lots of love to both of you. My question is twofold, actually. Rate your hardest Beatle from top to bottom, and also who's the hardest boy band member from the 90s onwards?
Oh, God.
Oh, wow.
Right, so John hardest in the Beatles.
Hardest Beatles.
John.
Ringo? Yeah, maybe. Second.
Yeah.
And then Paul, I would say.
Yeah, so much, so soft.
And then George was so peace and love. Is that a good order, do you think?
Yeah, I think that's the right one. Definitely.
I've seen Robbie doing this with lots of people, and I think it's...
Oh, really?
This is actually brilliant. I really like this. Okay, so we're talking boy bands from the 90s.
Oh, God, this is not my forte.
Oh, E17. I was so in love with Tony Mortimer for quite a long time.
So was it? There was Tony, that like I said, this is not my forte. So Tony, Brian,
Terry, and was it John?
Yes. Well, good knowledge.
John was quite tough, very quiet, but really tough. I have a funny feeling that I might have been on the video shoot of Stay Another Day.
No way.
I remember going in the middle of the night to make a film about E17 making a video. Maybe it wasn't Stay Another Day. You know when
when it blurs into one?
You know when they have all those 90s, those brilliant 90s Instagram accounts that put up clips and you're like, I've completely forgotten that I ever did that. That's what I need. I need a reminder now of someone to go, yes, you were there on a video shoot.
Yeah.
Because I love it. And I ended up in a hotel in New York with a really random collection of people on a night out that included, I think, 3 members of E17 and possibly Wesley Snipes.
Wow.
And Huey from the Fun Loving Criminals and some very hot model. I mean, that is a weird night out, isn't it? Yeah, that was a weird night out. I don't think I have any photographs. And Stephen Dorff was there. Yeah, crazy times.
Oh, he was cute.
He was cute, wasn't he?
God, who would be the hardest of all those boy bands that we've just mentioned?
John from E17, I would say, was the toughest.
Yes.
I also love the fact that E17 have the most sort of English names you could have in a boy band. Terry, Tony, John, Brian.
Don't forget to hit follow or subscribe so you get the episodes as soon as they're out.
Our next question is from Rosie Ramsey. Yes.
Hello, Zoe and Joe. It's Rosie Ramsey here. Hope you're both well and keeping canny. I've got to firstly just apologise because I'm actually sat in a soft play with my youngest and I'm severely hungover, clinging on to dear life, if I'm honest with you. But I just thought I would send you this now because I will forget. So I'm sending it now from the soft play. I'm sorry. I hope it sounds okay. Right. My question for you both is, I would just love your opinion. I know that you talk about menopause and all that kind of stuff. I'm getting to the age, I'm going to be hitting perimenopause within probably the next 5 years, if I'm not there already, right? Let's be honest. But I want to know, what is your opinion on when you have symptoms and when you're feeling that rage, do you admit it to your other half that that's what it is? Or do you just sort of like go with it and just have the anger and the rage and never actually say what it is? Because some months I admit it and I go, I'm sorry, I'm due on, blah, blah, blah. And then other times I'm like, no, I just hate you and this is my life now. I would just love your opinions on that and just how to deal with it. So thanks, ladies. Best of luck with everything and lots of love. I've lost me Ben. All right, bye, guys.
You do what you got to do. You call in wherever you are, don't you, when you're asked to do these things? So calling in Rosie Ramsey from the soft play with her Ben.
That is bringing back a lot of memories. Soft play with a hangover. Sunday soft play with a hangover. And you'd be lying in the ball pit until some parent said, do you mind getting out of the way? You're right in the way of my small children. And you smell of vodka.
I miss those days. Don't you think it's the hardest thing in the world to admit that you've got PMT or PMS? There is no way you can allow the softness or give up yourself to admit that you have this rage inside you. So you just contain it completely and you just bristle. And if anybody suggests to you that you might be hormonal, you just can't bear it. It's like this red rage or red mist descends. I don't get that anymore, but I did definitely. And I could never admit to it. And I would always snap if anyone suggested it might be PMT.
Yeah.
And I can see that now in my daughters when they have it going on. And I think it's astonishing how you can see the hormones affecting the mood and the emotions. Yeah. I can see it with Coco so clearly, and I'm so in pain for her and I so want to help her. And all you can do is make cups of tea and hot chocolate and just not mention hormones or PMT at all. And then you just see them come out of it once their period starts and you're like, okay, now I can look after you and give you hot water bottles. But it's such a very, very real thing. It really is.
The good thing is sometimes you can use it. Rosie, remember this. Sometimes, like you say, sometimes you just want to go, actually, no, I just hate you. And you're really getting on my wick. And I'm just going to, I would occasionally, sometimes in the car, I remember it. It's almost like I would be one person and I would turn around and I would pull off my own face and be like, Beelzebub turns around. I hate the way you drive. I hate the way you chew. You didn't put the bins out. But I do think that sometimes you can harness that when you're aware of it and you're like, God, I'm being so unreasonable and I can't stop being unreasonable, but you are actually really getting on my wick. And sometimes you can use it. Like, actually, this is something I have clearly wanted to say and I have not said it for a long time. And now I'm actually going to say it because I've got this kind of power in me, which is, you don't do this, you haven't done that, you promised you'd do this, and I'm just going to say it all now.
Wow.
And then you always walk away and think, wow, I really let rip there. And probably, but you've let it out. Sometimes you want to take it all back, but sometimes let that truth be out there. That's your truth at that moment. It's like, let it be out there. It's been said, perhaps not as full on with as many points as I may have introduced there, but sometimes it can be useful. I remember a couple of times at work, I remember someone saying something about, and it's like, do not, just because I'm a woman.
Yeah.
And yes, I am hormonal, but also be better at your job. And so sometimes you can use it. I kind of miss it in a way.
Oh, God.
No, I don't. That's terrible.
I don't. I really don't.
Yeah.
When I see what my girls are going through, when I see India and Coco always says the same thing. She gets unbelievably sad. And that I find that really hard. It's very difficult to comfort her. And that's when she misses me when I'm not there because I'm working all the time. And she's just always says, I'm so lonely. And as soon as she says, I'm so lonely, I'm like, okay, you're due on in a couple of days' time, because she feels it so viscerally.
Yeah.
The other day I was thinking, can I give her some of my HRT? If I get my spray out, could I just put that on? Would she feel better? Obviously, the medical profession will now say, do not do that. I actually don't know what the answer is, but I was thinking, God, maybe this is what she needs.
Yeah. Is there anything that our girls can take, or like Rosie can take, to soften that? Is there, to balance hormones a little bit more?
I was giving her ashwagandha and magnesium the other day, and God knows whether it helped, but I was desperate. I was really desperate to help her.
Yeah, bless.
But yeah, if anybody knows, if anyone's got ideas, we'd love to spread the word about it.
And I think, Rosie, the answer to the question is sometimes you will tell them, cut me a bit of slack. I'm premenstrual. And then I always used to find with boyfriends or husbands or men generally, I'd be like, why don't you track it? Why don't you write in your diary so that occasionally you can go, oh, it's that time.
Yeah.
I'm just going to make myself scarce, or I'm going to make sure I put the bins out, because then she won't have anything to moan at me about.
Just be sensitive. Just be sensitive to how we might be feeling.
Yeah.
That's all it is. And that goes for men and women alike. It's just, we just need to tread carefully around each other when we can see that we're struggling and we have no control over that. That's the important thing.
I'd also quite like to hear Chris Ramsey's opinion of what Rosie's like on their podcast. I do love their podcast, so love to both Chris and Rosie. Thanks for your question, Rosie, and hope the hangover passes quickly in the soft play.
Painful place to have a hangover. Scott, our beloved Scott Mills, Dame Scott Mills, has our next question.
Yay!
Hi Zoe. Hi Joe. I'm excited to be on your show. So I want to know. Let's do Snog, Marry, Avoid.
No!
90s Britpop edition. Very keen to know your views on this. Your choices are Damon Albarn, Jarvis Cocker, Liam Gallagher. Go.
Oh, God. Well, okay. I would avoid Damon because I can't talk to him because I go all stupid. I would... Oh, God, no. We have to see these people. They'll never know. They'll never hear this, will they? I would...
You're so naive.
I don't think I want to snog any of them, really, to be honest with you.
Scott Mills, you are evil, can I just say, because you know what a nightmare question this is. So I'm going to get you back, Mills. I cannot, and I'm not going to answer that, because you imagine the next time I see them next year, hey, and in concert we have them, and I'd like to snog. I'm not going to do that.
And also their partners or their wives, who will never forget these things that you say.
And I adore them all. I love them all. When I see them, I embrace them, and it's like a really tight, friendly, warm, loving embrace. And I don't want it to go any further. I'm happy with that.
So you wouldn't avoid any of them?
No.
So you wouldn't avoid any of them?
No.
All right.
Not at all.
And I think young me would definitely have wanted to snog Liam way back in the day. He would talk to me and I'd be like, fair. I don't think I'd have wanted to marry any of them, because I don't think you should marry or meet your idols, quite frankly. But Dave Grohl, however, I would have wanted to marry and snog.
You'd marry into the whole lot.
It's marry, snog, and then probably avoid, because I'd probably embarrass myself. And members of the Lemonheads, yeah, definitely.
Oh, Evan Dando, yeah, he was gorgeous.
Oh, I like the drummer. I always like the drummers. It was drummers for me, always. Yeah, I think I did snog and avoid quite a few
good arm definition
Britpop pop stars, none of whom I shall mention now.
Should we move on to another question from Trevor Nelson?
Yeah.
Hey, Zoe. Hey, Joe. It's your good old friend Trevor Nelson here. How are you girls doing? Hope you're doing really well. I have got a question for you, and it's not deep. It's not heavy.
Like it.
But it's true. I won't go to see a film at the cinema unless it is recommended by a personal friend. I won't watch an old box set that I've never watched before unless it's recommended by a personal friend. I don't read critic reviews anymore, newspapers or magazines. I just rely on trusted friends. So, you know what's coming? This year, has there been a box set or a movie you've gone to see that you've gone and told someone they have to see or have to watch? Yes. Because funny enough, I was on a plane, and I'm dragging this out, and I watched The Manderland. Never watched that before. And I was laughing out loud on the plane, and I thought that was so funny. Love you guys. See ya.
Oh, love you, Trev.
I mean, this is your speciality.
Yes, so lots of people this year I've told to watch Task. I really loved it with Mark Ruffalo, an amazing British and Irish cast in it. So that was a really good drama. If anyone's not seen Task, definitely look that one up. And I've just watched a film called Train Dreams, which I absolutely adored. With Joel Edgerton.
Yeah.
And so I've told quite a lot of people to see that. My person for that is my brother. My brother Nick and I always recommend things to each other. I know if I like something, he's going to love it. So I told him to watch Mr. Scorsese, the documentary about Martin Scorsese, which was one of the best things I've seen this year as well. And yeah, films. I'm pretty good though at looking at things and thinking, I want to see that. I want to watch that. And I'm such a telly and film head. That's where you'll always find me.
Yeah.
If I'm not in the garden, is watching. And there's so many great movies to see at the moment because we've got like Oscar season, so that lots of film companies save their best films until this time of year. And Marty Supreme's supposed to be great with Timothée Chalamet. Have you seen Pillion with Alexander Skarsgård? The Knives Out film's really good, and I am desperate to see Hamnet. And I have been told by friends of mine who recommend me things who've seen it, they're like, Sarah, you are going to love this film, and it is going to break your heart, and you're going to cry loads. But it's So there we go. Who recommends things to you?
No. And I'll just recommend two things that I really loved, and I'm actually now thinking maybe it didn't come out this year, but I'm really sad that it didn't win lots of awards. And I always say that people should watch it because I loved it.
Oh, yes.
And that was Eric with Benedict Cumberbatch. I just thought it was an amazing bit of TV and really moving. I thought he was fantastic. Everybody was brilliant in it. I loved it from the beginning to the last frame. So that series would be my TV recommendation, but I think it might have been last year. And the film that I would recommend, and I have been recommending to everybody because I saw it and fell in love with it, and that's The Ballad of Wallace Island. It's just beautiful. Tim Key is in it, and it's just gorgeous.
They wrote it together, didn't they? Yeah.
Yeah. It's just so beautiful to watch and profound but gentle and everything you want it to be. It looks gorgeous. It's got such heart. Lovely. Couldn't recommend a film highly enough. So Ballad of Wallace Island. And the one I'm looking forward to seeing the most next year is the Magic Faraway Tree film, which is now being trailed when you go to the cinema. And when I saw the trailer, I was like, this was my book. This was my childhood. I read these books millions of times. Silky and Moonface and Saucepan Man. In fact, that's another persona for Steve because he's deaf and he mishears things all the time. And I'm always like, oh, hello, Saucepan Man, because he's just like that.
That is brilliant.
Yeah. Can you get me a cup of tea? You want a wee? No, I said, can you get me a cup of tea? We've got another question, and this is so nice because these are all people that we love and we never get to see them, and it's nice to hear their voices and hear their questions. It's Fearne Cotton.
Fearne.
Hello, Zoe and Joe, you absolute queens. Oh my God, I love you both so much, as I think you well know. I love your podcast. It is genius. Why didn't you start it years ago? We need it. We need it in our lives. But thank you for creating such a beautiful podcast. My question to you, and also Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
My question to you is, how do you both cultivate confidence? Because I think not only as women do we sometimes get told that it's meant to somewhat dwindle over the years, but also I think being women who have endured being in the public eye for such a long time, and also through the 90s, which we all experienced and was brutal, it's really hard to keep your confidence intact. But I think it's a real helpful one for people out there who are feeling like they have no confidence. And I've certainly had periods of my life where I've felt like I've got none at all. So I wonder how you both cultivate confidence. What helps you feel confident in yourselves? I love you. Merry Christmas. Oh, by the way, it's Fearne. Love you.
We love you too, Fearne. Oh,
I've got to really love her this year. She came to one of my 90s anthem shows and we had the nicest time, like having a proper conversation, because we never ever got to do that. We never got to chat in person, and sat in my dressing room and drank vodka, and it was lovely. And she's so happy now. It's really nice to see her in a good place, isn't it?
She's had such a good year, hasn't she? I think she's been through it, and she just, when you see her, she looks so happy.
Yeah.
And she's found her happy, and that you can always see that shining out of people.
Her podcast is amazing as well. Can I just say, The Happy Place has done such good work.
And the whole world she's created around Happy Place, the people she's introduced us to, the amazing books that are published through Happy Place, the festival. Yeah, what a girl. Love her. And she's so honest and frank about, anxiety and the stuff that she's gone through, which has been so helpful to so many others. So bravo, we love you, Fearne. Confidence. Yeah. It's an ongoing battle, really, isn't it? I've started to realise quite late on in life that what gives me confidence is, the love of my family and my really good friends.
Yeah.
It's the good people around you that kind of ground you. It's your happy place in a way. Where is your happy place? If you can go to your happy place and be like, it's all okay because that's just a job. And then I get to go home and be with my kids or be with my friends or be sitting by the fire, or I feel like there's more wisdom as you get older. You get more reflective. You can look back and think, wow, we've actually all done some amazing things, and isn't it great? And I sometimes, I don't know whether you have that, Joe. Sometimes I look back at the stuff I've done and I know how terrified I was, or how I sometimes felt like I didn't fit in, and the bravado that it took sometimes to do the job we did. I'm like, God, I don't even know how I got through that, because all of it was terrifying, but it was also really fun.
Yeah.
And it's just finding that balance, isn't it? Because doesn't matter what job you do, we all have fears that we're not good enough, we're not clever enough, we're not enough. And trying to battle those daily can be so tough for all humans.
I think everybody lacks confidence. I think everybody does, without a shadow of a doubt. And everyone has to face really tough, difficult things, and they have their own coping mechanisms and the way of doing it. On a practical level, I find it helps me. I remember interviewing various different people, and they've talked about their confidence issues. And Brandon Flowers is one of those people who is very shy, but when he walks on stage, he becomes another person. So I always hold on to that of just, right, who am I going to be? And I channel my inner Beyonce or Oprah Winfrey or someone who I really admire and respect. And I pass this on to India as well. And we send each other messages on WhatsApp when we've got difficult jobs to do. And it's like, images of Beyonce just being Wonder Woman. So it's like being someone else. It's not being that shy, nervous, terrified person that you actually really are inside. It's going, okay, I'm going to put that person in a little box, and today I am going to be magnificent and strong and confident. I'm going to walk out this door. I'm not going to be my real self, but I'm going to be this person. And you channel the strength that they have, and then that gets you through the job or the day or the task or the conversation that you've got to have. So I do that. And I think also putting on your armor. I mean, God, your mum and her steel pants. I have used that analogy umpteen times this year since you told us, just right, I'm going to put my steel pants on now and I'm just going to go out there and I'm going to do it.
Eat the big frog.
I'm going to eat that big frog, as we've talked about, and I'm just going to do that. But it's things like making myself feel strong and fit, going for a run, going for a swim, getting rid of all the adrenaline that's terrifying me and making me feel anxious. Having my hair cut. I got my hair cut this week and I feel so much more like myself. Getting my eyebrows dyed, just buying a new jumper that makes me feel a bit more confident. It's about dressing yourself and putting your armour on to make yourself feel a little bit more confident as well.
This is such a good idea, though.
I'd say they were my tips. Do a bit of fitness, wear some clothes, put some makeup on, dry your hair in a nice way.
It's preparation. And I think a lot of people in business and who have jobs and people who are studying, this is the thing. If you do your homework, if you put in all the prep to do your job. And then you go in equipped thinking, I've done my best here. I've done enough. I've done, so hopefully my best self is going to come out and do this, and I might not be, feeling that confident inside. But if I've done all the prep, like you say, for us, often it's getting your hair done, making your face look nice. If I put a face pack on and I think that applies to anybody though, doesn't it? Like walking out the door. You just giving yourself, that stuff so you can walk out the door confidently. Yeah. I think sometimes I look back when people send clips or photos and you see all the things that we've done through our careers. I see clips from Top of the Pops and I think, oh my God, he used to be terrified doing Top of the Pops. But I look at it and think, God, I look great. And I didn't even know that I looked that great. And I think most people can do this. You can look back through your life and see all the things you've achieved, from doing exams at school and all the things you've survived, in relationships, all the different jobs you've done, having kids. So many people have achieved so much. You don't necessarily need to look at it on a scale, but it's like, look what you're capable of. Look what humans are capable of. And we might not be Olympians and, we might not win medals and things like that or win awards, but humans are capable of so much. And we overcome things in our childhood and our, all our inner fears, and we go out and we do what we do. And I think we should be a bit more proud of ourselves sometimes, all of us. And this is something that we try and teach our kids. It's like, you should be really proud of yourself. You're really brilliant. And maybe you don't think you're that, but you are this, and this. And like, remember the good things about us and the things we achieve, and hope that builds your confidence up. And it is that thing, isn't it? It's breaking the negative voices, because we're all like, oh, you're no good. You're not good enough. You're never going to be able to do this. You're going to mess this up, If you change those voices to, do you know what? Just enjoy it. You've done all the work. You've done all the prep. It's just a job. There's more serious things going on. If you can change the message in your head to something more positive, hopefully that makes you more confident. We've got another question. This is our final question, and it's from Dermot O'Leary. Yay! D to the O to the L.
Hello, Joe. Hello, Zoe. I hope you're both well. I wanted to ask this question from someone with green fingers for a long time. Basically, I have a lovely garden, and I'm very lucky and appreciate that. And I feed the birds, and I grow potatoes, I grow some raspberries, and got some lovely flowers in my garden. But I never know, and that would obviously bloom in the classics. I've got the tulips and daffodils and then the roses and so forth. But what I want is some winter colour that's not going to kind of die off some horrible death in February. So what would you advise to plant so I get lovely winter colour? Oh,
I bet he's got an amazing garden, Dermot, and he doesn't do things by halves. I imagine it's very splendid. I bet he has, yeah. A bit like his dancing. He's a very stylish man, that boy, isn't he? Very stylish man. And I am slightly obsessed with how obsessed everyone is with his dance that he does every Saturday morning. It's amazing, absolutely amazing. Winter colour. We've had lots of conversations about this, haven't we, on the podcast? And I can never say it, but hoochera? Yeah. Hoochera. Those. I love them. Russet colours. Yeah. They really do. They come in such an amazing array of colours, yeah. I just go for hellebores. I think hellebores are amazing because the leaves are quite dramatic, but then you do get colour. You get the colour from the flowers, and they are so interesting. So you can have either white, pale ones, and then there's beautiful, dusky, pale pinks, and then claret colours, and then black. And I just think they're amazing to put in pots or put in troughs or put in the borders or the patio anywhere near you. I would always go for hellebores. I always used to go for pansies, and I can never believe that they can survive the frost and the snow and the winter, but they somehow do. So winter pansies are really good if you just want like short, sharp burst of colour. What else would you go for? And the dogwood, like the flame red stalks of dogwood, that is quite dramatic. I've got some of those in my borders, and they're looking really good at the moment. Because they're green in the summer, aren't they? And then all the leaves fall off and you have the red stalks, and they're quite striking. And also the other thing I've learned is to leave your grasses and leave a lot of your seed heads, because although, initially they look sort of like dead, dying plants, actually once they have the frost on them, they give like these beautiful focal points within your garden. So, like the hydrangeas and some of the grasses, they might have changed colour and the colour might have gone from them, but on frosty mornings, they're quite striking, the sort of architecture of those kind of plants. So, I've learnt to leave certain things now because they give a bit of interest through the winter.
There you go, Dermot. Hopefully that's helped you.
Can we just say thanks to all our lovely showbiz friends for sending in some fabulous questions. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, they were good, weren't they?
Yeah, really, really enjoyed that. And to all our diggers.
Yeah, to our diggers, and also just thank you to our team who, you had this idea or somebody had this idea and now it's become this thing. And a lot of people behind the scenes have worked extremely hard to make it what it is. And we're super grateful because without them, we'd just be sitting in rooms. We'd be WhatsApping each other.
We would be just having these conversations on WhatsApp.
Yeah.
And not sharing them with our fabulous diggers. So thank you to Dino and to Fee and to Jonathan and to Ollie and to Liam and to Danny and to Eve and to Ellie.
Will.
Oh, I hope I remembered everybody because they're all fantastic and there's no way we could technically do this alone.
No.
So we love our Dig It team and we do love our diggers, and it's been a real exciting first year for Dig It.
Yeah. And it's been an amazing privilege to walk around and have people come up to you and just say that it matters. The conversations that we're having are helping people along the way. And that's what it's about. And that's what hopefully we're going to do next year as well. Just help each other muddle through this life and kind of answer all those ridiculous questions. And just we're in it together. We're going to carry on being in it together. It's been lovely.
It's a big love-in. So Merry Christmas to everybody and Happy New Year. And we will see you in 2026.
And that's it for today. Don't forget, if you want to get involved in the show, all the details are in the show notes. We will see you on Wednesday.